How you doing today?
I'm good.
That's great to hear. How's your day going so far?
It's okay.
Tell us your name, your age, and where you're from.
My name is Nikki. I'm 40, and I'm from Schuylkill County,
Okay, you don't look 40 at all. When is your birthday?
October 28th.
Are you a Scorpio?
I'm a Scorpio.
Tell us how long have you been in Kensington?
I've been here about three and a half years.
Oh, so you're not a new jack over here.
No.
And tell us about those 3.5 years. How has it been for you?
The first 2.5 years, I was living in my car with my boyfriend, so that wasn't so bad. I mean, it Kensington broke us up though, and then this last couple months I've been just out here by myself.
Is it scary to be out here by yourself?
Yeah.
I can imagine being a woman in this environment where there's a bunch of predators. Has anything horrible happened to you since you've been out here by yourself?
Yeah, a few things.
I'm sorry that happened to you. So let's talk about what was the reason you and your boyfriend broke up.
Um, well, because he was cheating on me, I think, and just because I do dope, and he did meth, and we just didn't get along, and it was very toxic.
Yeah, toxic relationship is definitely not something to be in. You watch my back, I watch your back. If you see that dude coming up on me, let me know, alright?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't trust people out here. Do you trust people out here?
No.
Yeah, me neither. So yeah, let's talk about, your childhood. Paint us a picture.
Um, I had a twin. I grew up a twin, and it was my mom raised us. My dad was there, but kind of like we would go to my grandparents' house. Just he was always there, and I think it was a good childhood. I mean, my mom used, so there was always like weird people at the house, stuff like that. Um, my twin brother passed away actually in 2013. He was in
Sorry
the
to hear that.
military. It's a really long, complicated story how it happened, but I mean, I know he was murdered, and it just never became a case.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. His soul rest in peace.
Well, I feel like I didn't really know my mom. Like, she wasn't really around. Like, we always had what we needed, but she just never was, like, I never seen her. Um, and I lived in these projects, and it's like my whole family lived there too, and it was just so dysfunctional. There was always fighting, chaos, and, you know, and I didn't understand why. Things like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I just kind of wish I had a mom, like she was there more.
Right? Is your dad still alive?
Yeah, my dad's still alive, but I don't have a relationship with him. He's really mean to me.
Is it due to the fact you're in your addiction?
Yeah, and instead of being like understanding, he's just really nasty about it.
How far you went in school?
I went to 10th grade, but I got a GED.
That's great. So what happened after you got your GED?
After I got my GED, I did a little bit of college at Northern Allegheny Community College. I also went to Cosmo. So,
Now let's talk about, what brought you down to Kensington.
well, my addiction. I was in a recovery house, doing good, and I really don't even know what made me relapse. There was no real reason. It started out just coming down here to get, and then going home, and then staying a couple nights, and then it just became permanent.
Yeah, that happened to a lot of people. They start out just coming down here to cop, then eventually they end up getting stuck down here, right?
Right. My first drug experience, I did Oxycontin, and I loved it. So I think right there, I became an addict.
Why were you taking them?
There was just a big thing around town, and somebody gave me some.
Do you regret taking them?
Yes.
And after that, what happened next?
Well, after that, I mean, I have two kids. When I had my kids, I wasn't in addiction. I wasn't using. But after a couple months after I had my daughter,
This car go by. This is always something going on in Kensington, I tell you that.
yes, I
Yeah,
was born.
continue your story, love.
So a couple months after I had my daughter, I had a partial hysterectomy, and I started back on pain meds, and everybody knows that story.
Now, currently, what all drugs are you using out here?
I do dope and meth.
Okay, and how were you introduced to the dope?
The dope down here.
Yeah, who introduced you to it?
Well, I just always knew that Philly was a place that you could go to get dope.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody really introduced. I just heard about it and came down for myself.
Now, do you snort, smoke, or shoot?
I smoke it.
And how long do your high last?
Not very long. Couple hours, and then you're sick again.
Yeah, that's definitely a chase every day, huh? All day. Do you get sick when you don't have it?
Yeah.
Tell us, what's your sickness like?
Oh my god, it's horrible. It's
Try to talk closer.
It's vomiting, profusely vomiting. And that's all I do.
Yeah,
Your
that's-
eyes water, burn. Your body does things that you can't control, and you don't even understand what's going on.
Yeah, that's definitely not something you want to be having to deal with.
Like if I'm sick and I go get something, I'm still sick. It takes me a while to get better. Like even trying to like take a hit, like I'll throw up. It's actually happened to me today.
Yeah. So how many times a day do you say you smoke, right?
I smoke.
Yeah. How many times a day do you smoke it?
As much as I can. Probably like 10. Try to do like 10 bags a day.
And how you support your habit?
I have guys that, I see and get money from.
It's no judgment, no shame over here. I hear that a lot from females. That's they get with the guys. Some girls do dates. It's just dangerous getting with strangers, going in strangers' cars. So just be careful when you're doing stuff like that, right?
Right.
Do you protect yourself?
As best I can.
Yeah. Yeah, just be mindful. Pay attention to the signs. If your gut feeling tell you something is off, go with your gut feeling. Give us a rundown of your life from the morning to the night.
Oh my gosh. Well, so that's if I sleep. I like to stay up all night because it's kind of scary to sleep here at night. So I stay up during the night. I try to get, money to have something first thing in the morning. And then I usually like pass out a little bit. I just make my rounds like up and down, seeing who's around and where I can get money. But it's always about where I can get money. It's always, even when I have bags, I'm worried about where am I going to get the next one.
What all have you lost due to your addiction?
Well, I used to talk to my kids every day, and they don't know what's going on with me. They don't even know I'm here. I'm sure if they seen me now, how skinny I got, they'd be really upset. But I have a 21-year-old and an 18-year-old, and I haven't spoke to them in months just because of my addiction.
You ghosted them?
Yeah.
You're not the only one. You're not alone. There's so many parents that ghost their kids because of the shame and the guilt, but they just want to hear your voice. they still love you no matter what situation you're in. So I think connection is always going to be key, because in addiction, connection is what helps you. Then you being disconnected, and you'll go further and further into this darkness. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about, so yeah, housing? What's that? What's your living situation?
I just sleep wherever I can. Sometimes I sleep on the train. I'll try to sleep at a friend's house or something like that. But right now I don't
You don't have a
have
permanent
a
spot.
permanent house. Yeah.
Why you want to live this life?
I don't. It's just so hard to get off it. It really is. It really is.
Grip. It has a grip on so many people out here. You see people with missing limbs. How you feel about people, that are going around in wheelchairs and with wounds? What
It's
does that
sad.
do to you?
It's really sad. It's like just like darkness and pain down here. That's what it is.
Yeah, right. That's definitely what it is. Where you think you'll be in life today if none of this would have happened to you?
Oh my gosh. I think that I probably would have a nice house and have a good relationship with my kids, a good job, definitely. Maybe be doing hair.
What all jobs have you had in your life?
I just did most of the jobs I ever had was housekeeping.
What are some things you miss about your old life?
I miss waking up, not like being dependent on something, and being free, because it's like you're not free. You're just not free here. You can never not get high. That's really what I miss the most. Just being able to go somewhere and not have to worry about drugs, not have to worry about how many bags I'm gonna have to bring.
Yeah, that's definitely something that's on a lot of people's mind. For those who don't know about Kensington, right, since you've been here, you got experience, what are the do's and don'ts you would tell them about Kensington?
Don't ever think you have a friend. Don't ever call anyone your friend, because they're just waiting for you to pass out to take your shit. Let's see what else. Don't ever try to burn the drug dealers. You should stay to yourself is your best bet, because you're the only person you can depend on
Right.
and trust.
When you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see?
Honestly, I'm just really ashamed of what I've become, where I'm at, especially being 40 years old.
Well, you don't look 40 years old. You look a whole lot younger. You still look beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, but the longer you stay here, it will just suck your beauty away from you, because it doesn't add to you, it takes away from you.
Yeah.
What do you think about all day besides drugs?
I think about my kids. I do. I think about my kids all the time.
Have you gotten into any fights over here because of drugs?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I actually got shot a month ago. I was sitting, getting high on a block, and I got shot right in the butt.
What?
Yeah, and then when I went to the hospital to get it removed, it was a 22. Well, I mean, like everybody else, I planned the last couple of weeks to go to the hospital and detox. But it's just so hard to get myself to go do it, because I feel like there's just so much like unfinished things, and I'm just a procrastinator like everybody else.
Yeah, it's always tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes, right?
Right. I have my leg. Well, before I smoked, I did actually inject, and I stopped injecting because I did almost lose my leg. I had a surgery done where I had a flesh-eating bacteria in my leg, and I had a big chunk of my leg cut out.
Be careful, the cops is coming, all right? Sorry, go ahead.
And so, yeah, that's after that I stopped shooting,
Hey.
because I don't want to lose my limbs.
Right. If you had 3 wishes, what would your 3 wishes be?
Well, I guess I'd wish for my brother to be back with me. Um, I'd wish for my kids to never ever feel any of this pain that they feel now. And I would just wish that there was a better um, there was a better way for all addicts to be able to get off this drug.
What are some of your favorite foods?
I love Chinese food.
Okay.
Chinese food.
Any other favorites you have?
Funnel cake, pancakes.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me, who don't like pancakes, right? So, what are some of your favorite? Do you have a favorite band or musician you listen to?
I love Tom Petty and Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam is my favorite band.
That's awesome. Do you have any favorite toys that you love playing with as a child?
Um, Not any toys that I remember. Well, I had this little fairy because I loved believing in the tooth fairy. That was I swear when my mom told me that there was no tooth fairy, I feel like that traumatized me because the idea of this little fairy coming in my room to take my teeth was like just amazing to me. So I had this little fairy, and I think that was probably my favorite.
Okay. If your friends or your family see this video, what message would you like to send to them?
That I love them and that I'm okay. And I'm gonna be okay.
What are your short-term goals?
Short term. Short term, I guess. I guess it would be to get off of the dope.
That's the main thing.
That's yeah, because after that, everything else will fall into place.
Do you have a spiritual or religious belief?
I'm Protestant.
Where do you believe you'll go when you die?
I believe heaven. I believe we all go to heaven.
For those who watching this video, what do you want them to know about you?
Just that drugs don't discriminate.
That's it.
And anybody's can be an addict. You know, like addiction does not discriminate.
Facts. And this one is to take us home. There are a lot of people in this world who judge people who struggle with drug addiction. What's your message for the world?
That's not helping. That's not helping. That doesn't help addicts. It just makes them more shameful to go get help.
Got you. Anything else you'd like to add?
No.
Okay. Nikki, thank you so much for being courageous and sharing your story with the world. And hopefully, you'll get up out of here and go be back with your kids. And no one got the right to judge you. You're already judging yourself enough as it is already. And believe in yourself. You could do this. You got the strength to overcome your addiction. You did it before. You can do it again. So don't never stop trying, all right?
Okay.
And be known for your sobriety, not your addiction. And remember, recovery is hard, but regret is harder. AML fam, don't be bitter, be better. We out there. Peace out.